Minnesota Vikings have the cap space and hopefully the motivation to add a free agent offensive lineman before the draft. And they're reportedly in on bringing back old friend Brett Jones, the pride of Canada, and poutine him back on the rooster. You'd love to see it. Chris Thomason, go. Source said Vikings, who need a backup center, have interest in re-signing Brett Jones, although nothing is considered imminent. Jones, who also plays guard, also a candidate to sign with Cincinnati or Houston, likely whichever one doesn't sign Nick Easton, and Dallas and Denver. And for Jones, it would be a smart move to come back to Minnesota, even though he does have mild interest on other teams. I don't think he'll be handed a starting job anywhere else. But with the Vikings on paper, Brett Jones would compete for a starting guard spot right now. Now, of course, we know that's not always true, given Rick Dennison and Mike Zimmer playing politics. It's not always the case, right? Otherwise, he would have been in the mix last year. But he's a scheme fit. He's a natural team leader. Garrett Bradbury's been effusive in his praise of Brett Jones' mentorship of the offensive line. And it's not necessarily a cap issue, since Jones would likely sign for the league minimum or close to it anyway, which would be $990,000 in 2021 for a player of 6 years of service. Vikings have around $8.8 million in space effective after re-signing Abdullah. And call me nuts, but I truly believe that if Brett Jones actually got a legitimate shot, won the job, he could be this decade's Joe Berger, where Joe Berger was a journeyman for a number of years before he came in, and then he was arguably the Vikings' best offensive lineman during the 2010s, and that's no cap. So I think that Brett Jones has that potential. He's going to be 30 years old in July, 6'2", 315, guard from the University of Regina. By the way, his 24/7 profile is elite. High school, Canada, in the city of Canada, and the province of Canada. God, I love it. I played for the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL for 2 years out of university. That's what they call it, before landing with the Giants in 2015. Eventually, he won their starting center job and was PFF's number 4 graded center in 2017 at 82.1. Vikings traded for him in 2018 near the end of preseason for a 7th-round pick because Pat Elflein wasn't going to be ready to start the season after coming back from shoulder and ankle surgery. Brett Jones started the first 2.5 games of the Kirk Cousins regime and then gave way. 2019 in preseason, he was PFF's number 1 graded center at 90.4 and had a clean sheet, 0 pressures, 0 sacks allowed on 72 pass blocking snaps. And then in 2020, he spot started 2 games against Dallas and Carolina in place of Ezra Cleveland when he had his ankle injuries. And he played at right guard and posted a solid 77.6 PFF grade and was just a fish in water. Just put him on in, was rock solid. You like to see it. And the Vikings have done Brett Jones dirty over the past couple of years. 2018, they never let him play, even though the 2 starting guards were Tom Compton and Mike Remmers. Not so much. And Elflein wasn't faring very well coming back from those surgeries and 0 offseason, 0 training camp. Then cutting him in 2019, right before the start of the season, then bringing him back after week 1 so that his contract wasn't guaranteed. It's just small things like that where it's just like, the disrespect, I don't like it. Then, of course, lowballing him in 2020 and then taking 3 trace separate injuries, Elflein, Samia, Ezra, for him actually to sniff the field. And then he got out there and he played 2 extremely competent consecutive games, which is a rarity for the Vikings here offensive line in 2020. Let's be honest. And even now, even as the Vikings do not have a backup center, they have not addressed the offensive line in free agency. They're just giving the Brett Jones runaround treatment yet again. And it's frustrating, man. It really is. You have this quality player who wants to be here, and you just constantly thumb your nose at him. I don't like it. I don't. But I hope that he and the Vikings get back together again. And then if he's on the roster, let him fully compete for a starting job. It needs to be an open competition, man. We're not handing out jobs like last year. Oh, Dozier, you're the left guard. Oh, Elflein, you're the right guard. No. This needs to be a truly open competition. I'm not even talking about like the sham competition of Dozier and Aviante Collins left guard last year. The fix was in. Aviante didn't even make the 53-man rooster. I mean, come on. But we want a full competition. We want Brett Jones against rookie lineman TBD, free agent lineman TBD, Oli Udoh, Kyle Hinton, not Drew Samia because I hope he gets cut anyway. But yes, it has to be a full competition. And Brett Jones wins, great. To the victor goes the spoils. You have a competent guard and can be a solid leader and mentor out there to Garrett Bradbury and all the young guns out there. But if he doesn't win, guess what? You have another young guy starting in his place, and you have a competent swing interior offensive lineman that you can trust to start in a pinch. So it makes too much sense that the Vikings should bring back Brett Jones. That's probably why it's not going to happen, because Vikings. But damn it, bring Brett Jones back and show this damn man some respect. Let's go. Be your thoughts. Vikings, interest, Brett Jones. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.